All right. Welcome everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Alethea again, otherwise known as Rain on the Charts. And it's another Sunday installment. Today, I'm going to be talking about the 4 different sessions that we have when it comes to trading the foreign exchange market. And then we'll answer not only what are the 4 sessions, but what time do each session start and end? And which currency would you think is best to trade for each one of these different sessions? Because knowing the right currency to trade can be the difference between having a profitable trade or not, depending on what type of trader you are, right? And this will be more important for a short-term trader, like someone who wants to be in and out in minutes or in an hour or so, you're going to want to pay attention to this. So please take plenty of notes. So first thing is, what are the 4 sessions? So we have the Sydney market, we have the Tokyo market, we have the London market, and we have the New York market. And each one is running for about 9 hours, right? So a full work day with lunch, okay? And we have all these 4 sessions. Makes sense because the foreign exchange market is the largest market, operating 24 hours a day for the 5 days a week it's in operation. So it's operating, it starts at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Sunday evening. So at the same time that we start this Zoom on a Sunday is when the market opens, New York time. And then it closes 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Friday evening. So 5 days a week. And during that time, you can get in, you can trade. If you're a night owl who is up at midnight, you can be in the market. If you're an early bird, me, I get up at 4 a.m. every day. So now and that's a weekday thing for me. Weekends, I'm like, no, I can sleep longer, but I'm so programmed that 7 days a week, I'm getting up around 3, 4 o'clock now. It's just my thing. But yet I'm still alert. But when 9 o'clock comes, I'm starting to shut down. I need to get some sleep, right? Now, hold on. I'm gonna share my screen so you can jot it down. Because actually, I have the sessions as a sticky note on my screen. It's just there. So I can always see it. I don't have to really guess, right? So anybody who is serious about trading, I would suggest that you have the sessions written down somewhere. Wherever your trading area is, maybe you have an area for your trading. You want to have that information there so you know it, right? So Sydney market, it's from 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? So 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. is the Sydney market. Then the next market that opens after the Sydney market is the Tokyo market, and that opens 2 hours later at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that runs until 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then the London market opens at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It runs till 12 noon. And the New York market is from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And all of this is Monday to Friday. And if you notice with the times, there is always going to be an overlap from one market to the next. So that is the second thing that I needed to go over. And the third thing, because this is really quite short, right? So the third thing, what currencies do you want to be trading? We know that there are several different currency pairs, right? But which currency pairs do you want to be trading when? And I think this is really the most important thing that you want to pay attention to. And I'm just gonna pick a couple pairs randomly, and we're going to have some question and answer Q&A where this is concerned, right? So we can do Euro USD. We can do GBP. What should I do? GBP chef. Let's make it interesting. GBP chef. And let's do AUD CHF to start. 2 Swiss francs. So when it comes to trading foreign exchange, it's currency pairs. It's one against the other, the base versus the quote. The first one is the base, the second one is the quote. So Euro USD, Euro is the base, USD the quote. Let's ask Vena. I just named 4 different markets: the Sydney market, Tokyo market, London market, and the New York market. Euro USD. Do you think that we should trade that during the Sydney market?
No,
Why not?
because that's a pair that move in the London and New York session.
Exactly. So let's talk about that. So all around the world, we're sleeping and waking up at different times, right? So the Sydney market is going to have people awake down under, right? At the bottom of the world, right? So they have things going on at that time, but we'll be sleeping. It's just like when we're having winter, they're going through summer right now. If I need to hit the beach, I need to go to Australia, right? So the New York market and the London market, Euro USD, Euro, that's for Europe, USD, that's for America, right? So we're sleeping during the Sydney market, which opens at 5 p.m., closes at 2 a.m. So it wouldn't make sense for us to be trading those currency pairs during that session unless we're somebody who's a swing trader, something like that. Is that clear to everybody? Mr. Dollar, that okay, somebody said yes. Who said yes? Bernadette?
Yes, I said yes. That makes sense.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so that's Bernie. Mr. Dollar, does that make sense? Okay, Antoine, that makes sense for you as well?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. Perfect. And if you can remember these things, it can be the difference between frustration and celebration, right? Because imagine you get into a trade Euro USD, but you enter it during the Sydney market and you're wondering why it's not moving. But it's not going to move until many hours later, until maybe 8 o'clock the next day. So 12 hours later is when that will really be moving. So you don't want to put yourself through that kind of headache if you know that you're a scalper or someone who wants to be in and out of a trade in 2 hours, something like that. All right, so let's look at AUD CHF. That's the Australian dollar versus the Swiss franc. Let's see. All right. Who could I ask? Bernie. the Australian dollar versus the Swiss franc. Which session do you think we should be trading that one in?
I would think the Sydney market, that it would make more sense to trade that pair in because it's open during that time, and it would probably be a little bit more movement than others.
Exactly. So during the Sydney market, the Sydney session, you want to trade Australian pairs. During the Tokyo market, you want to be trading which pairs? Mr. Dollar, can you answer that? The Tokyo market, and Tokyo has the Japanese yen. What currency pairs do you think we should trade during the Tokyo market?
Sorry, I'm lost. I'm just coming in now.
You're lost? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the question was, what currency pairs do you think we should trade during the Tokyo market? So when the Tokyo session, Tokyo is in Japan. Japan has the Japanese yen. So what pairs? Miss Haley, do you know the answer? What pairs should you be looking to trade during the Tokyo session?
Can I answer anything with JPY?
Okay, thank you, Shauna. I didn't know if I could call on you. But okay. Yes, you want to trade yen pairs. Anything with the Japanese yen. So USD JPY, GBP JPY, CHF JPY. Anything with JPY, you want to trade that during the Tokyo session. And if you notice, the Sydney market and the Tokyo market are going to overlap. So Sydney opens at 5, Tokyo opens at 7. So from 7 o'clock until 2 a.m. What is that? I mean, is that snowing? All right, let me mute. Wow. All right. So at 7 p.m., the Sydney market and the Tokyo market overlaps. So at that point, you know, it's going to be more movement. And for me personally, I don't trade in that time frame, but if I were to trade in the Sydney Tokyo market, and I just lump it all up into one and say the Asian session, when I decide if I were to be trading, I would be trading at 9 p.m. Anywhere from 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. I have found that I see more movement there. So that's what I'd be looking for. And don't worry, guys, I'm going to go on to trading view in a second and we can see what things look like, right? So Australian pairs, yen pairs. So for the London market, Mr. Dollar, let's ask you again. The Great British Pound is what they use in London, right? That's the currency of England. So for the London market, which currency pairs do you think would be best to be looking for, Mr. Dollar?
GBP USDT.
GBP pairs. So whether it's GBP USD, GBP JPY, anything like that. And I want to take a second to welcome Nini to the call. I haven't seen you in a while, so welcome, Nini. Thanks for being here. Right. Okay. Antoine, I know this is your first time being with us. Everything is making sense, and this is like taking it back to the basics. So it's a perfect call for you to be on. So everything is making sense?
Yes, I'm comprehending a little bit.
Okay, awesome. If it's a little bit or if it's a lot of bit, it's a bit. It's all good. Right.
Yes.
And then the final market is the New York market. And I think this, I'm from New York bias. This is the most popular session. No, really. I actually prefer the London session. London market is mine, right? But it overlaps with the New York session. So, hand in hand. So for the New York market, we want the New York peers. New York peers are perfect at that time. Oh, John, I don't know if you're sleeping, but here comes Samuel. It sounded like you were sleeping before. Okay. Nigerian crew is all pulling up right now. All right. So yes. So Sydney market, Australian peers. Tokyo market, yen peers. London, the pound. New York market, the US dollar. So once you have that down pat, you know that whichever session you decide that you want to trade in, you would need to be looking for currency pairs that coincide with that to have the best kind of results, right? So the next thing is, that we have so many different currency pairs, so many. Like, it can be confusing. So at this point, let me go to trading view. Welcome to the call, Samuel. Welcome, Mr. Polite. All right. I want to go to trading view. All right. Oh, I forgot I have it right here. I need to go there. So what can be confusing for a new trader is figuring out what pairs they're gonna use, because it's just so many currency pairs, right? But you don't want to be all over the world with it. You want to choose 2 or 3 pairs. That's it. And you want to study those 2 or 3 pairs. So as you're going on your Forex journey, you figure out which session you want to trade in. And based on the session that you decide you're going to trade, then you want to, hold on, then you want to pick currency pairs that will coincide with that session. So for me, since I like to trade the London session, I'm always going to be looking for my London pair. So I'm partial to GBP JPY. That's actually my favorite. Then second on my list is GBP USD. And I may also do GBP CHF, I guess, versus the Swiss franc, right? Those are my top 3 that I look for. So whichever one, I know it says Alethea's favorites and they're like a million here, but it's a combination of my GBP pairs and pairs for binary options, which is a whole other thing for another call, right? So let's look at my favorite, GBP JPY. It's Bay. GJ is Bay. So we're going to pretend that it is 4 o'clock in the morning, because that's when I'm looking at it, right? So we're going to pretend that that's what's going on here right now. Delete lines. But I want to go back in time. It opens at 3 a.m., sorry, right? So I can take a line 3. So when the market opens at 3, it may not necessarily make the exact move you're looking for. It may come down, but then look, it takes off. That's a nice upward movement. 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. It actually moved up. So somebody decided that, oh yeah, I'm going to take this trade at 3 a.m. Really, I come on at 4. I'm not on at 3. I'm on at 4. So at 4 o'clock, I'm gonna look to see what's the move that's gonna happen. I give an hour for the market to stretch and get ready. And then I'm on at 4 to see what's happening. And then I'm gonna see if I can get the move. 'Cause it's going to make, typically it's making its move at 4 o'clock. And I know this because I've been dating GBP JPY for a while. You want to get intimate, like like it's your partner you're dating, so that you can really know its moves, so you can capitalize, right? But you can't do that if you're jumping all over the place. In 1 minute it's UJ, EU, NU, everything. You want to pick 3 pairs. So that's going to be your homework. I never give homework really, but I'm going to give this homework that I want everybody who wants to be a trader, like that's their goal, to, take it to the next level. Pick 2 or 3 pairs and you want to study that pair, right? You want to mark up your lines of support and resistance, and you want to see when does it move. So you want to go back. See, just like how I went back to find 3 a.m. because that's when the market opened. This was Friday. I went to see 3 a.m. back. It opened. This is the opening candle, this big red candle. I'm gonna look for it. I'm on the 5-minute chart. If I look on the 4-hour, okay, here it is. Now this kind of gives you you see, it made a move up, right? It was an upward movement. And from my observation, it moves like 50 pips. Every day I believe I can get around 50 pips worth of movement if I come on around 4 o'clock. I can't really see. All right, so 50 pips is here. It moved more than the 50 pips. It went up higher than the 50 pips. But yeah, that is, I can at least get 50 pips. If I go like so, let's go again. I missed it. I think it was here, somewhere here. $50 pips is somewhere here. Let's see. Can I get that line? Okay. Let me go back to the candle chart. Yeah, it was somewhere like here. 50 pips. So it came, I went from down here up to the zone, 50 pips. So my stop loss and my take profit are 50 pips for GBP, JPY. I know that may be going over some people's heads right now. Don't worry about it. Just go choose your pairs based on what session you're going to trade in. And I will do another class on, the zone to zone movements, because the pairs are traveling from one zone to another, and you don't need to look for huge movements. Some people take pride in being able to say that, oh, I got 100 pips or something like that. No, you don't have to. That doesn't really matter. You can get 20 pips a day, 50 pips a day, and do very well, right? So let's say your goal is 20 pips a day, and pips as percentage in profit. It's like a ruler, but in our trading world, it's pips, not centimeters or anything like that. It's pips, but it's still a ruler. See, it looks like a ruler. Looks like a ruler. Yes, sir. What's the question? You can unmute yourself or you can type in the chat. All right, while we're waiting on you, if you trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and your goal is to get 20 pips per day, that's 4, that's 60 pips for the week. If you get 60 pips per week for 4 weeks, that's 240 pips for the month. You can do big things with that. Okay, so pips are percentage in profit. That's how we get paid. You get paid based on how many pips you collect. Like I said, it's like a ruler, like this measuring tool. It's basically a ruler. And the more pips you collect, the more money you're making. Now, lot size is going to tell you how much money you will get per pip. Now, I know that you recently got started with us in B, so there are videos breaking it all down in Mind Hub or in the Shift app itself that you need to watch. I gave you that assignment. So please do go and watch the videos on pips. What's a pip? And all of that. Okay. But that's how we get paid. Pips are how we get paid. So let me pull up the position size calculator. So I said that you can go for 20 pips a day and pretend like pips are centimeters. It's a measuring tool, right? Say you go for just 20, you're not going for 100. The main pips to take. Okay, so every currency pair moves its own way. So I know that for my GBP pairs, I can expect to collect 50 pips. Some other one, it may be 60 pips, it may be 20 pips that you can collect from zone to zone. So there's not any main amount of pips. It's going to be based on which currency pair you're trading. What does that currency pair normally do? Because, you know, think about your cousins. You will have one cousin that you know that they're going to do this. The other cousin, you know, you can expect that. They're different. They're not the same. So the currency pairs are not the same. They're not moving the same. You can't expect the same amount of pips. Does that make sense? It's going to be based on your assessment. Does that make sense? Okay, perfect. I'm glad you understand that. Does everybody else understand? Everybody
Yes.
else? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and Antoine, you get it too. Perfect. So now, you know, you want to know how much money you're going to make. So let's look at this position size calculator. I'm on myfxbook.com. They're all different calculators, it doesn't matter. All right. So the currency pair is here. You change it to whichever currency that you're looking at. So GBP, JPY. So we're trading in US dollars. Even though we're trading currencies, we funded our account, we're US dollars, right? You're gonna put however much money you have in your account. So say you have $3,000. $3,000. I recommend you risk 1, 2, or 3% of your account. 1% if you're conservative, 2% if you're moderate, so you can handle a little bit of risk, 3% if you're an aggressive trader, right? So depending on which percentage you want to risk, you're going to put it in the risk ratio, right? Put that there. And based on the analysis that would have been done, you know the next zone is 20 pips or 50 pips. So, you know, you put your stop loss. Hey, if it goes the opposite direction and it hits 50 pips, because I said 50 pips, 50 pips stop loss. If it goes there, the maximum I want to lose taking a trade is 1%. That's why you want to have your risk ratio. You don't want to just be blindly trading so you can lose 100%, 50% of your account. You want to manage, you know, treat this like a business. So if it hits my stop loss, I want to only lose 1%. Because the next trade I take, I may be able to make 2% or 3%, right? I want that opportunity. Trading involves risk. So, you know, risk management is what's going to keep us in the game. So we calculate. So 1% of $3,000 is $30, right? So I only want to lose $30. So if it hits my stop loss of 50 pips, because based on my analysis, I said, if it goes 50 pips and continues, I want to be out the trade. I'm fine with losing $30. That's going to tell me my lot size. So the lot size here, sizing, says 0.08. So that's what I would put in my MetaTrader 4. And then I would put in my stop loss and my take profit. And based on that, now I'm going to enter the trade and I'm just going to let it run. And there are two things that can happen. Either I'm going to get to my take profit and I'm going to make money, or it's going to hit my stop loss and I can lose money. As long as you can accept those two facts, you will be okay. If you cannot accept that you can lose money, then trading is not for you, right? Because nowhere, no how in life can you be a winner 100%. You're going to incur a loss. Just as long as you win more than you lose, you'll be profitable. And you stand that chance as long as you obey the proper risk management. Perfect. I'm glad you got that, Mr. Dollar. All right. There's another thing people will do, revenge trading. Like they lose a trade, the next trade, they're like, okay, I need to get back the $30 plus make 30. So then now they're risking 2% of their account so they can get $60 instead. You don't want to do that. Well, when you're trading, I told you about the 1, 2, or 3% you should risk. You should also know how much you're going for overall. So maybe your goal is to make 3% for the day, or 4%, or 5%. 5% can be, that's pretty good. So say you want to grow your account 2 to 5% in a day, right? You should also know that, okay, if I lose 3% of my account, I'm going to stop trading, right? So if you're trading with a risk of 1%, that means I can take 3 different trades and If I lose those 3, okay, I call it a day. But suppose you took the 3 trades, you lost 1, you won 2, and you grew it 2% for each one. So that's 4%, but you lost 1. So you made 3% in your account for the day. It's not the 5% you were hoping for, but you grew it 3%. Could you make 3% on your money in any day, having it in the bank? That's a real question. I need
No, absolutely not.
Hell no.
Okay, right, right. So, but you see where, just having proper risk, you can take trades. So imagine if you risk 5% of your account trying to make 5%. You lose that one trade, you already lost 5% of your account. So you want to risk 1% to grow your account 2% or 3%. Make sense?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you. I feel, do you guys hate me? Well, Antoine, I see you answering in the chat. Thank you. Thank you, Polite. Thank you. What is the deal? Okay, so step 1, Mr. Dollar, is you need to go to Mind Hub and go through those videos that I told you to go through. That's what you need to do, right? And then we can talk. That's a tall order. You need to go and do step 1, which you haven't done yet. Go and do that. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions pertaining to what I have gone over today? Princess, you've been quiet. Neither heard you nor seen your fingers active. Everything makes sense for you? What about Nini? John, I think, is sleeping. Sam disappeared. All right, so if we don't have any questions, I guess
Well, I don't know where to start. I actually missed some session because I came in late. So
okay.
I will appreciate if you can go on YouTube and go over it again.
Okay. I think you said that you came late. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
In terms of me going over it again, I've been talking for 45
I am not
for 40 minutes, so I definitely not gonna really go over everything. But guess what? Guess what?
What?
And this is for
What?
everybody on here
Okay.
and everybody watching on YouTube. I'm live
Yeah.
streaming this on my YouTube. So Antoine, you can actually go subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can not only watch this video, but I have lots of videos talking about trading basics that you can go back and watch. So my YouTube channel is RaineOnTheCharts. I'm going to be sending this video out. So I'm going to deliver it right into your text box, Antoine. So I need for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment, share, come back often. And everybody out there in YouTube land, whether you're watching live or you're gonna catch the replay, please subscribe to my channel. Please like my videos. I'm begging for likes. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. I am so close. I'm at 74, 73 subscribers right now, you know? So I'm so close. So yeah, everybody subscribe. But
Sure.
but Mr. Polite, what I went over was the 4 different sessions, the Sydney session, Tokyo, London, and New York session, and the times of the session. I also went over what currencies you want to trade during what session. So it's like you wouldn't be looking to trade AUD CHF, the Australian dollar versus Swiss franc. You wouldn't be looking to trade that during the New York session because it wouldn't be moving. I also have given homework to people to, first figure out which session you're going to trade, because there's time for everyone, whether you're a night owl, morning person, late riser, whoever you are, you can find something to trade in one of those sessions, but you want to choose a pair that is going to move during that session. So London's market, maybe you want to be trading at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9, 10 o'clock. GBP USD is great, GU is great to trade that time, not AUD CHF. So next week, everybody, come and tell me what pairs you have chosen, right? So everybody, I look forward to hearing that information. But with that being said, first, let me say goodbye to everybody out there in YouTube land. Thanks for coming. All right. And I'll see you next Sunday, same time, same place. All right. Bye-bye. And for you guys
Okay.
on Zoom,